Yeah, I know. We're like 60 seconds late. I'm sorry. The truth about UFOs. Mm, maybe. I got my doubts. Tucker Carlson caught in a rather humiliating lie. And the grandson of Reese's peanut butter inventor has a few words for the company that now makes them. And it's not nice. Welcome to the Jay Sheldon Show. It's Friday, a little sanity in the mix. Oh man, welcome in. Cue the alien music. I'm not sure what that would be. Boo doo 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 doo. Yeah, that would be it. Doo 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 doo. Something like that. Remember? That was Spielberg. Ah, man, I love that movie. I got to watch that again. Morning, Maryland. Be blessed. Praise the Lord. Great to have you along, y'all, for the ride here on a Friday. We are getting into it. And before we do, though, we want to remind you about our partner in crime here, and that is Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile, my friends, this is simply the best cell phone service provider on the planet. We partnered with them a long time ago, and we've had a lot of people make that switch to Patriot Mobile, and they have been very happy they did. Because with Patriot Mobile, you're supporting a Christian conservative company that believes in what we believe in. One of their main focuses protecting our kids from the woke crowd trying to destroy the family. It's as easy as 123 to join. Their customer service staff is 100% US based. They are professionals. They are not here to upsell you into a plan you can't afford, and they're here to put you into a plan that fits your budget. Even if you're currently under contract, get a hold of their customer service staff. Use that link, patriotmobile.com/Jay, and you'll see there are some plans where you can get out of your current contract. Unlimited talk and text. You keep your phone number, you keep your phone. Nothing changes except you are paying your monthly bill to a company that supports our beliefs. The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the right to life, our military, first responders. They back organizations and programs that provide these guys with the respect, the resources, and the recognition they deserve. PatriotMobile.com/J. Make the switch. And if you do, you will get your first month's bill paid for. Yep, I'm picking up the tab for your first month. Use our link, patriotmobile.com/J. It's in the show notes, and your first month is on me. Get signed up today. Stop spending your money on lefty causes we don't believe in. PatriotMobile.com/J. Well, President Trump has announced on his Truth Social last night he is going to be directing the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and all relevant departments to release their files related to the existence of aliens, and I'm sorry, I can't say UAPs, it's UFOs, okay? They made that name change just because UFOs had such cuckoo-ness attached to it, but they're still UFOs. Here's what he wrote. Based on the tremendous interest shown, I'll be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to aliens and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAPs, unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and all and any other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America. That after Trump went viral, responding to a question on Air Force One regarding Barack Obama's statements that aliens exist. I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave this is Trump talking about Obama. He gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information, Trump said to reporters on Air Force One. He later joked he'd be getting Obama out of trouble by declassifying all the information. Here's Trump.
Something that got a lot of attention this week. Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
So aliens are real.
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to,
Well,
so if you want to make an announcement.
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
We know illegal aliens are real.
Yeah.
Worried about illegal aliens. Well, Danny says aliens from another planet. That would explain my husband. Ah, man. Obama said to podcast host Brian Taylor Cohen, "They're real. I haven't seen them, and they're not kept in Area 51. Later, Obama backtracked, saying there is no underground facility unless there is an enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States. Anna Paulina Luna responded to that news by posting, "Now the DOW cannot hide from our document request anymore." Here's the deal, though. Whatever files the military and related agencies may have, release them, great, fantastic. Trump will declassify them, put them out there. We want to see, we've been trying to see forever. But don't forget, a whole lot of people from companies that are not government have possession, in my heart of hearts, I truly believe, of alien craft, perhaps non-terrestrial alien beings. All of these other companies that have contracts with the U.S. have been being used for years so the government can take one step away from the actual research that's going on and back engineering and not have to answer any questions or release any files because these are private companies. Lockheed Martin among them. Grumman, all these companies have taken possession of these things. They are a contractor of the U.S., but they're still a private company. They will not be releasing all of their files and all of the truth about what they have possession of. And I gotta believe they have possession of a lot more than we think. So, yes, we will likely get some sort of confirmation of what's out there and what our government knows about it. But where it really matters, Lockheed Martin, the Lockheed Martins of the world, they're not going to release anything. They're not going to show us anything. So I promise you, a lot of stuff is still going to be hidden. No doubt about it. So be excited, be happy. Things are going to be coming out, hopefully soon, sooner than later. Will we get 100% disclosure? Abso-freaking-lutely not. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. I promise you. The largest Mideast air power surge from the U.S. since 2003. I have not covered this much because it's the headline across so many news sites. You can read about it all you like. But the U.S. surges the largest Middle East air power since 2003 as Iran's strike could come within days. Israel on its highest alert. We have assembled the largest concentration of air power in the Middle East since the 2003 Iraq invasion, deployed 2 aircraft carriers, advanced stealth fighters, refueling tankers, layered missile defenses into the theater, as multiple U.S. and Israeli reports warned President Trump could authorize strikes on Iran as soon as tomorrow, Saturday. Talks described by American officials as very far apart, and even a near-nothing burger. So it's going on. It's happening. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. It's leading the news across most platforms, so you can see it on other channels. Knock yourself out. Danny says, and this is something I also believe very strongly, that the universe is so big, I do not believe we're the only living things in it. Ditto. Whether we've reached them or not, no way to know if we are the only life. But like you said, the universe is so big, it is virtually impossible for there not to be other forms of life out there, as advanced or primitive as they might be. So, you hear that? You hear those fireworks? Maybe you can't because of my mic compression. Yeah, it's the, let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4th day of Chinese New Year. So they're still celebrating, and little Miko is still having a hell of a time with the fireworks. Man, what a freaking nightmare. There was another attempted terror attack. And this one, A, had the potential for being extremely deadly, and B, was a little bit different. A stolen ambulance allegedly was driven into an Idaho DHS office building in an attempted arson attack. Meridian Police Chief Tracy Bastareccia says the suspect staged accelerant in vegetation and then drove the ambulance into the DHS building. This is some rather scary crap. Let me let this thing load, because apparently it's got to load every freaking time.
Last night at approximately 11:10 p.m., officers from the Meridian Police Department, the Ada County Sheriff's Office, Boise Police Department, and the Meridian Fire Department responded to a 911 call reporting that a Canyon County paramedics ambulance had been stolen from the ambulance bay at St. Luke's West. Preliminary investigation indicates the suspect drove the ambulance north through the parking lot and retrieved gas cans that had been staged in nearby vegetation. The suspect then drove the ambulance directly into the North Portico building, which houses Department of Homeland Security offices. Investigators believe the suspect poured an accelerant inside and around the outside of the ambulance. At this time, it appears the suspect was unable to ignite the accelerant before being scared off by responding agencies.
All right, let's pull away from that because it's just a little awkward. Can we get out of this? Here we go. Okay. State federal authorities investigating suspect allegedly stole an ambulance, loaded up staged gas cans, and plowed the emergency vehicle into a DHS office in Idaho. Investigators believe it was an attempted arson attack. And just after 11 o'clock Wednesday night, the ambulance stolen from a bay at St. Luke's West Hospital. Haven't identified the suspect yet. He drove the ambulance through the parking lot, got gas cans, then drove the ambulance directly into the North Portico building, which houses DHS offices. They believe the suspect poured the accelerant inside and around the outside of the ambulance. So you can see what he or she was trying to do. I'm guessing it's a he. He said, "We want to emphasize that this is a serious criminal act The theft and destruction of an emergency vehicle not only created a risk to responding personnel, but also temporarily removed a critical medical resource from the community. Could have been a nightmare. Could have been a real nightmare. Fortunately, it didn't happen. Oh, man. You remember Randy Fine? He's the fellow who was not going to put up with any kind of don't touch our dogs sort of thing. He was exactly the don't touch our dogs guy. Well, he's going to have Democrats whimpering again, pun intended, as he unleashes, another pun, a bill which protects puppies. Randy Fine from Florida, representative, Republican, introduced the Protecting Puppies from Sharia Act, bills designed to withhold federal funding from any state or local government that bans dogs as pets. Hurrah! His effort doubled down on his viral declaration that Americans will definitely choose dogs over radical Islam. He says, "I'm proud to introduce the Protecting Puppies from Sharia Act." He announced that on X. Democrats losing their minds because I made a very simple statement. Given a choice between our dogs and those who would ban them, the choice is easy. They can go pound sand. His post included a playful little pup, along with the Gadsden flag phrase, "Don't tread on me." How we doing, babe? All right? Good girl. In America, he says, we will not allow anyone to tell us we can't have dogs. My bill protects Americans' right to own a dog and would not allow federal funding to be given to any state or local government that bans them as haram. Haram, the ancient Arabic word which means forbidden or prohibited. And now, thank you, Miko, she has turned off my most important monitor right over here. So, now I'm going to have to get up live and go fix it. This little doggy is driving me crazy. I hope my headphones will stretch that far. Miko, you are an official pain in the ass. Do you know that? Do you know that? You are. Come on, move. Is it back? I'm still here. See, that's me. Oh, dog. What have you done? Hang on. Don't go away. This is what we love about live. Oh, man, a Shevitz. I'm still working on it. All right. For some reason, it's not going to work. So we'll have to put everything over here. 57 countries that are Sharia compliant. The U.S. Will not be the 58th, Fine says. Yeah, I got to hand it to this guy. He's got some balls to fetch, play fetch with the dogs, of course. Considering Democrats spent the last few days trying to neuter him over the comments he made on social media. If they force us to choose between dogs and Muslims, it won't be a difficult one. Are you kidding me? Now he's knocking out my other monitor. This just ain't gonna work. The next time I have to get up out of this chair, it will be because I'm taking the dog and I'm throwing him out of the studio. Leave it alone, she gives it humor. I'm giggling. Good thing we love you. Let poor Miko these fireworks doing a number. Yes, I know. I have every bit of sympathy. I love this dog more than life itself. But the way she's reacting is really starting to get a little Looney Tunes. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Yes, you're good. Now stop playing with the wires, okay? You lay down here. You lay down. Sit. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. Honest to God. Oh, man. What's up with Tucker Carlson, huh? It's a weird one. The headline says Tucker Carlson caught in humiliating lie during his trip to Israel. Word hit social media Wednesday. Former Fox News host Tucker Carlson had been detained for questioning during a visit to Israel. People were understandably rather concerned. One news report suggested that Carlson and his team, who were in the country to interview the U.S. ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, he'd been mistreated when they were at a Tel Aviv airport preparing to leave the country. He told the Daily Mail, men who identified themselves as airport security took our passports, hauled our executive producer into a side room, and then demanded to know what we spoke to Ambassador Huckabee about. He says it was bizarre. Social media users wondering if Carlson was being singled out for his increasingly anti-Israel rhetoric. He often interviews people who are rather hostile to Israel and the Jews. So, he's an investigative reporter. He should be talking to everybody on both sides of the argument. Holocaust deniers, even like Nick Fuentes, a top-ranked podcast, heavily criticized by a lot on the right for offering this little to no pushback. Others wondered why there was more to the detainment story than was being released by Carlson. Turns out, folks are right to question exactly what happened at the Ben Gurion airport on Wednesday. And the Daily Mail updated their story after a spokesperson for the U.S. Embassy in Israel denied Carlson had been detained and clarified that Carlson received the same passport control questions that countless visitors to Israel, including Ambassador Huckabee and other diplomats, get as part of the normal entry and exit to Israel. Representative added, the only engagement the embassy had with Israel about his visit was to coordinate his private plane landing as a part of facilitating a seamless visit. It was Tucker who chose to come into the country for a few hours and then depart. Tucker received the same positive treatment that any visitor to Israel would receive, according to the representative for Huckabee. So, did it happen? Maybe, maybe not. But wait, there's more. Social media users quick to point out that Carlson and his team had made use of a private terminal at the airport, which comes with a lot of special VIP perks when you do that. And it turns out Carlson was merely subjected to the same questions that every traveler faces when they come in and out of Israel. He was also likely treated to special white glove treatment that you and I will never experience. And by the way, that costs thousands of dollars. The private Fatal terminal at Ben Gurion Airport, so that he and his crew could avoid the lines and the crowds at the main terminal in Israel. It's kind of a concierge service, if you will, that's used by visiting dignitaries, Hollywood celebrities, rock stars, private suites, conference rooms, upscale food, exotic drinks. It's got all that stuff. So for Tucker Carlson to describe his luxury treatment as being detained by Israel, maybe not. Remains to be seen. Bottom line is, who really cares? Love you, Tucker. Watch a lot of the stuff you do, but this is kind of a big nothing burger. Now, I did a segment on those idiot Olympic American competitors who took their ridiculous platform time to criticize the country which they represent. In fact, I turned one of those into a short that got a lot of views and a lot of comments saying, they have a right to free speech. And I said, yes, they do, at the right time and place. Well, to show you a little example, not that you're still watching, but a little example. A U.S. hockey player is promoting patriotism after an overtime win at the Olympics. And this is what I'm talking about. Some American athletes might be a bit predisposed to trashing the U.S. on the world stage while they're competing in the Winter Olympics. The same, however, cannot be said for Team USA hockey player Quinn Hughes. 26-year-old defenseman was not shy about voicing his love for America following his game-winning goal in Team USA's overtime win against Sweden on Wednesday, just a couple days ago. That moment came when the reporter asked Hughes in a post-game press gaggle about what it was like playing in an atmosphere where fans were all displaying American flags throughout the arena. He says, "It's special. I love the U.S. It's the greatest country in the world, so I'm happy to represent it here with these guys. It's really special." That's how you do it. Support the country that is sponsoring you, that allowed you to grow up and realize a dream of competing in the Olympics, and keep your political bullshit to yourself until you find the right time and place as a platform for your First Amendment free speech. Did those other idiots have a right to say what they wanted to? Absolutely 100%. Should they have? Absolutely 100% not. Sorry, that's just the way it goes. Now, I have to figure out how to do this. Where are we? Okay, this is crazy. This dog is going to drive me nuts, I swear to God. I need some sanity. Guess what? Another detransitioner is suing her pro-trans therapist for malpractice. Yep. Here we go again. Never fails. Publicizing the harm of transgender surgery will vilify the procedures, isolate them. Wednesday of this week, the Texas Supreme Court heard opening arguments in the case of a woman seeking damages for medical malpractice in gender transition. Soren Aldako, a detransitioned woman who suffered from gender dysphoria as a teen, underwent a double mastectomy at 19, is suing Barbara Wood and Three Oaks Counseling Group for recommending the senseless mutilation and allegedly falsifying information to secure it. July 2023, Aldako sued multiple practitioners who were involved in her surgery for negligence and fraud, and he lost in a court trial, Court of Appeals that held the 2-year statute of limitations, which had expired. Wednesday, lawyers argued that Wood cannot be held liable for injury because Texas has a 2-year statute of limitations for medical malpractice. But it had not expired before Aldaco filed the suit. The difference is the driving question between whether or not Aldaco can sue or not. I got a little bit of a problem here because when this surgery happened, this person was 19 years old. That's an adult, able to make your own allegedly informed opinions. I'm sure there's more to it than we're seeing and reading, but the fact that you weren't some 15-year-old with idiot parents coercing you into this bullcrap gives me a little bit of pause. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying my very level-headed best to get everything running right, and it's not. It's okay. I'll get through it. Trust me. We may very well end a little early today, but we will get through it, I promise you. All right. This is a great story. The grandson of Reese's Peanut Butter Cup inventor, the actual guy who invented Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. You like them, by the way? I do. I love them. My favorite candy bar is a Snickers, Almond Joy, and then Snickers. You can find Snickers here. You cannot find Almond Joy or Mounds. Mounds is like, ugh. They do have something similar to it, but it's not the same. Anyway, back to the story. The grandson of the inventor of peanut butter cups is accusing Hershey of replacing the ingredients that built the customer's trust. Brad Reese, grandson of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, chastised Hershey for quietly replacing the candy's signature chocolate and peanut butter ingredients that built our trust in that candy. Valentine's Day, Reese wrote an open letter to Todd Scott, manager for corporate brand and editorial at Hershey. His concerns were that Reese's identity is being rewritten. He wrote, "My grandfather, H.B. Reese, who invented Reese's, built Reese's on a simple, enduring architecture, milk chocolate and peanut butter. Not a flavor idea, not a marketing construct, a real, tangible product identity that customers have trusted for over 100 years. Today, Reese's identity is being rewritten not by storytellers, but by formulation decisions that replace milk chocolate with compound coatings and peanut butter with peanut butter-style creams across multiple Reese's products. Yuck." He asked rhetorically, how does the Hershey Company continue to position Reese's as its flagship brand, a symbol of trust, quality, leadership, while quietly replacing the very ingredients, milk, chocolate, and peanut butter, that built Reese's trust in the first place? Good question. Brad Reese, the grandson, he worked at Hershey's for 2 years, then formed his own candy company back in 1919. Not the grandson, his grandfather. He invented the peanut butter cup in 1928 in the basement of his home in Hershey, Pennsylvania, of course. His Reese's has become iconic. The grandson said, because my grandfather built it on real ingredients and real integrity. Hershey's told CBS News the company sometimes makes product recipe adjustments, but added the peanut butter cups are made the same way they've always been. I doubt that. Reese says he thinks Hershey's gone too far. The changes fundamentally changing the taste of their products. You know, I haven't actually had a peanut butter cup in so long, I couldn't tell you if the change was... Actually, maybe I'd be the best person, because my memory is from a very, very decades ago, probably the last time I had one. There is a new Reese's product, said in an interview with the AP, it isn't edible. This is the grandson. You have to understand, I used to eat a Reese's product every day, and this is very devastating to me. Said the Pennsylvania-based chocolate giant should remember the motto of its founder, Milton Hershey, give them quality. That is the best advertising. Yes, indeed, you are correct, sir. Absolutely. All right. I think we got to go. Let's go to our last one here, because we need to we need to close things out a little early today. Danny says Reese's peanut butter cups is Mike's favorite candy. You just shattered his heart. Sorry, Mike. I don't know what to tell you. Switch to a Mounds bar. All right. Before we go, yesterday we did the voice-over doggy thing. Well, today we're going to do the different ways to call your dog. Miko is a Shiba Inu. She has a mind of her own. She will do what she wants, when she wants, and no amount of anything is going to make her do something she doesn't want to. Whatever it might be. With one exception. If I walk out the studio door across the hall and go over into the kitchen, there is a drawer that has all of her cookies and treats inside. All I have to do, she could be anywhere in this house. All I have to do is open that drawer, and she's in the kitchen just like that. That is also true for some of our other fur baby friends, as you can see in this video.
The Trader Joe's.
What a cutie. Oh, man. Like I said, all I got to do is walk over there and go open that drawer. She would come out from playing with the wires in a New York minute. Promise. Thanks, folks. That's it. We're a little early, but it's Friday, so who cares? Besides, Miko needs a little break. Yeah, so hopefully these fireworks will subside fairly soon. It's a Friday. We'll see you on Monday. Weekends here. Enjoy it. Spend it with someone you love if you can. And by all means, please follow the show. Check us out. We're on YouTube and upload the VOD over there, on X, Spotify, Apple iTunes for the audio part, the podcast. And we'd love to have you along for that ride. And check out our sponsors, Blackout Coffee, patriotmobile.com/J, NordVPN, all those great folks, Brickhouse Nutrition, they're all there. Go make a purchase, help support the show. Or if you just want to donate some money, there's a PayPal link in there. You can send us $10 or something. Why not? It all helps. All right, that's it. We're done. We're out of here. I will see you all again on Monday for the Monday edition of the Jay Sheldon Show.